This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to thedeluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill. You want to be my wife?
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.
What is going on? And welcome to Take on the World with
Nathan Blake.
and Mike D. Nathan B. and Mike D. Here once again to entertain ye. So, Take on the World is on the Deluxe Edition Network.
Whoa, really?
Whoa, yeah. So, Deluxe Edition Network is
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Group of podcasters get together. We help promote each other. Give our listeners other options to listen to other things that they might like. So you want to check that out. The Deluxe Edition. It's deluxeedition.com. www. So, on the TheDen Network, every month they have a Spotlight podcast, and this month it is Flet Lives. And this podcast does movie reviews. He does some watch-alongs. So check them out on TheDen.show. Look for Spotlight podcast, and it should direct you to that. So, we are here today, once again, together with you, our friends and listeners.
Of course.
We have been doing our series of...
Where'd that come from?
Where'd that come from? And we just concluded RC Cola. I have already drank more soda than I have in 5 years.
Yeah.
However, there is another soft drink beverage that we are going to talk about today.
Another one.
Another one. And that is Dr. Pepper. And I got the mini Dr. Pepper because I don't really need more soda.
I got a big one because I don't feel like sleeping tonight.
So I'm going to dump my Dr. Pepper in my official Take on the World tasting glass.
Oh, now I gotta dump mine in too, otherwise...
You don't have to. Well, you don't have standard Dr. Pepper. What you got there?
Dr. Pepper with cream soda.
Okay. I love a Dr. Pepper.
So do I. It's gonna work better in the glass. Just because of how tall the bottle is.
Anywho. So we're going to jump right into this. Because we talked about our minutia in the prior episode. So if you want to hear the small talk, go back to our last episode, listen to the first 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and then jump back to this one.
Yeah.
And we're going to jump right into Dr. Pepper. So, Dr. Pepper was created in 1880s by pharmacist Charles Alderton in Waco, Texas. And it was first served in 1885. That predated Coca-Cola by 1 year.
By 1 year.
1 year.
1 year counts.
Alderton worked at Morrison's Old Corner Drugstore in Waco, Texas, where carbonated drinks were served at their soda fountain.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot.
We have in Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and not RC Cola.
But you know what? I'm going to say it again. Growing up as a kid who didn't really have pharmacies with soda fountains. It amazes me that that's where you'd go to get your soda.
Right, because like now you just go to the vending machine, pop in $7 anymore, and you get a soda. When back then you popped the nickel on the counter, and you got a soda. So a lot of drugstores and pharmacists came up with the recipes for these drinks, and that was because that's where everybody went to get their soda. So while he was working at the pharmacy, he began experimenting on his own flavored soft drinks. One soft drink in particular was becoming a fast hit with the customers. When they originally would order the soft drink, they would ask to shoot me a Waco. Yeah, because I guess they were calling it the Waco mix or whatever.
I guess so.
So the customers would say, "Hey, shoot me a Waco."
Ah, here you go.
Here you go. The soft drink's popularity grew. Alderton and Morrison had trouble manufacturing enough Dr. Pepper to keep up with the demand, which, as opposed to Coca-Cola, what was his first year sales? $75?
Yeah, something like that.
So this was an instant hit where Coca-Cola ended up being marketing that made it big. So
Dr. Pepper doesn't need any help.
These last names, like nobody really has last names like this. Robert S. Lazenby. That it? That it?
I guess.
Okay. He was the owner of Circle A Ginger Ale Company in Waco and had been impressed with Dr. Pepper and was interested in manufacturing, bottling, and distributing the soft drink. Again, Coca-Cola at this point had no interest in bottling.
Yeah. They were really shooting for those fountains.
Alderton, who had no desire to pursue the business and manufacturing end, agreed to let Morrison and Lazenby take over. So Dr. Pepper was first nationally marketed in the United States in 1904 and is now sold in Europe, Asia, North and South America. In Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, Dr. Pepper is sold as an imported good. So they don't have bottling plants like Coca-Cola does.
No, it's imported. And that's kind of crazy to think of.
Yeah, it's in the import section. It's in our Goya section. There were several theories on how Dr. Pepper got its name. So these are some wacky theories. Did you hear any of these?
I've heard one, but...
Okay, let me hear the one you have.
The one I have is that... What was his name? Pemberton?
No. That's Coca-Cola.
Oh, that is Coca-Cola.
Alderton.
I heard that they thought that Alderton liked this young girl, and her father was Dr. Pepper. And so, in a form of flattery, to allow him to see his daughter, he named his soft drink.
That is the one theory I did not put on here, but I did read that one. So, a couple of the other theories connect to that a little bit.
Okay.
And some of it was, the reason I didn't put that one on is because the Dr. Pepper that they're talking about in rural Retreat, Virginia, his daughter was 8 years old at the time.
Oh.
So, I don't know if it's the same Dr. Pepper. So one theory has Morrison is credited with naming the drink Dr. Pepper in honor of his friend, Dr. Charles Pepper of Royal Retreat, Virginia.
Okay.
Another, Alderton, was said to have gotten his first job working for Dr. Pepper and named the soft drink as a nod to his early employer. I do not know if it's the same Dr. Pepper or a different Dr. Pepper from Royal Retreat, Virginia. Another theory is, and I like this one because it's scientific.
Oh, scientific, yes.
That the pep refers to pepsin, an enzyme that breaks down proteins into smaller peptides. Pepsin is produced in the stomach as one of the main digestive enzymes in the digestive system of human beings and other animals, where it helps digest protein and food. Now, as we talked about before with Coke, Coke was originally marketed as a digestive.
As a tonic.
As a tonic. So, this is saying it could have been more simple than the whole peptid thing. Many sodas are marketed as a tonic. Early advertisements for this soft drink made medical claims stating it aids in digestion and restores vim, vigor, and vitality. Since Dr. Pepper was marketed as a brain tonic and energizing pick-me-up, the pep and pepper may have been named for the lift you supposedly got from drinking it.
Did you say a brain tonic?
Yes. You better have some more. It could have just been a marketing decision. One possible reason for the name was chosen was the practice common for drinks at the time, including Dr. Pepper, was to convey the impression that they were healthful.
Yeah.
So there's several possible. Where do you lean there? Which one do you think it is?
I am a little bit biased towards a little bit of the more scientific one.
I have too. However, everything back then was marketing.
Yeah.
And I think the pep and pepper may have literally been for the pep you get from supposedly drinking it, putting doctor in front of products. As you saw with RC Cola,
yeah,
there was a doctor something.
Yeah, I don't
remember what it was. But I'd have to look at my notes, and I'm not about to do that right now.
Makes you think, oh, doctor, healthy.
Yeah. So,
right choice.
I think it was just a marketing thing, but
probably. But I like the scientific.
So, as with Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola formula is a strictly guarded secret.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper formula is also a trade secret.
Yes.
And allegedly, its recipe is kept in 2 halves, in 2 safety deposit boxes, in 2 separate banks in Dallas.
Oh. Okay.
So there was a persistent rumor in the 30s that Dr. Pepper contained prune juice. This is a rumor that the company has specifically stated in its fact page that it does not contain prune juice.
I was there when you were looking at the site for that. I remember that. Right there. Right there.
So speaking of secret formula, and this is a recent discovery, more recent than the inception of this company. In 2009, there was an old ledger book. It was filled with formulas and recipes, discovered by Bill Waters, and he was at an antique. He was going through antique stores in Texas, the Panhandle, and he came across this book. Several of the pages and letter had suggested it was from W.B. Morrison and the W.B. Morrison Company Old Corner Drugstore, which is the same drugstore where Dr. Pepper was first served in 1885. Mm-hmm. Faded words in the book spelled out Castle's formulas. John Castles was a partner for Morrison for a while and worked at the drugstore in the early 1880s. One of the recipes in the book was titled Dr. Pepper's Pepsin Bitters. So we go back to the Pepsin. Some speculate this could be an early recipe for Dr. Pepper. The current owner of Dr. Pepper, which is Keurig Dr. Pepper, insists that this is not the formula for the soda, but a medical a medicinal recipe for digestive aid, which is how it was originally sold.
Huh. Peculiar.
Yeah.
Very peculiar.
So, could this be Dr. Pepper Company saying, "Don't look here, don't look here"?
Perhaps.
So, the dude who found this book put it up for auction.
Okay.
No one bought it.
Oh, that's sad. Upsetting.
Or no one wanted to pay the price that he wanted for it.
That's also fair.
He thought, or evil government corporate conspiracy, they bought him out.
Oh.
In 1951, Dr. Pepper sued the Coca-Cola Company for...
Dr. Pepper sued Coca-Cola. Hold on, this is a turnaround from every other soda we've
I
had.
know. These soda companies were very litigious.
Very cutthroat, yes.
They sued him for $750,000, asserting that nickel Coca-Colas were sold below cost and were a restraint of trade. Now, when we did Coca-Cola, we explained why well into the 50s, I think it was 1953, when that price finally changed.
Yeah.
Nickel a bottle. And it was a nickel a bottle because of some contractual thing with the bottler, because Coke had no interest in being in bottles at one time. And when they finally got talked into being in bottles, they were like, all right, we'll do it. Sell them for a nickel a bottle. And it was an open-ended contract. There was really no end to it. Therefore, it took until, I think, 1953 for them to change the pricing on their sodas. But in the meantime, Dr. Pepper sued him, saying, "Hey, you're selling below cost. You're making it impossible for anybody else to do business."
Yeah.
So in 1972, Dr. Pepper sued Coca-Cola for trademark infringement based on the drink that they had made that was being marketed by Coca-Cola called Peppo.
Peppo. Oh.
Coca-Cola then renamed that beverage, so I would assume that Dr. Pepper won that.
Yeah,
They had to rename their beverage. They renamed it to Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb.
Which you can still get today.
Do you like drinking beer in the garage with your friends on a Friday night and just talking about movies, music, pop culture in general? Well then, my friends, I have a great podcast for you to check out. It's called the 10 Cent Bear Night Podcast. My name is Ray. I am the host, and I set out to prove things beyond a shadow of a doubt every time I do one of these things. So let's hang out.
In the early 80s, Dr. Pepper was having some financial troubles.
No.
And an investment group took the company, they bought the company, took it private. They took it off the public exchange, took it private.
Okay.
In the 90s, Dr. Pepper, this is weird. There was a bunch of antitrust cases in the 90s. So at some point, I don't know if Dr. Pepper was taken to court or if someone else sued and this was a precedent thing, but economists and the court weighed in on Dr. Pepper with the opinion that Dr. Pepper was not a cola, but a pepper-flavored drink. So it's not a cola.
And you know what? That's exactly what I thought when I was little. Real little. Shorter than this table.
You mean last week?
But I wouldn't drink Dr. Pepper because I thought
It tasted peppery?
it was pepper flavored.
Oh. So that plays into some things coming up in these lawsuits. Several years later, 1995, Coca-Cola attempted to buy Dr. Pepper, but was blocked by the Federal Trade Commission because it would give the company a monopoly and peppered drinks. So Dr. Pepper came up with Peppo, a.k.a. Mr. Pibb, to compete against Dr. Pepper. They wanted to take that share of the market because they're greedy. Because they did that, that's what caused the FTC to deny the merger when they tried to buy their competitor out, because it would give a monopoly in pepper-flavored drinks. That's crazy. So at the same time...
Ooh, that's spicy. That pepper flavor.
At the same time, about that same time, an investment group bought 7-Up from Philip Morris, the makers of Marlboro cigarettes. After the failed Coca-Cola merger, Dr. Pepper was merged. So the investment company that had bought Dr. Pepper now bought 7-Up. So they decided they're going to merge them together. When they merged them together, they gave up international branding rights for both 7-Up and Dr. Pepper. So now Coke, outside the U.S., obtained most of the non-U.S. rights for Dr. Pepper's name.
Yeah.
And Pepsi bought most of the rights for 7-Up.
Which is why places you see Coke, you see Dr. Pepper, and places that you see Pepsi, you can maybe see 7-Up.
Yeah. So, in 96, Dr. Pepper was involved in an antitrust case with Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys, NFL properties, Nike, and other commercial interests active at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. Jones made a deal with Dr. Pepper and other companies that the league said, the NFL said, it violated their exclusive marketing contract with Coca-Cola and other businesses. Now, I don't know what the outcome of the suit was because I didn't look that far into it, but I'm going to assume that Jerry Jones won.
Yeah. Because
the NFL agreed to allow Jerry Jones and other teams to pursue their own agreements. Whether there was a settlement or he won, or I don't know. But so you'll see Coca-Cola or whatever, Pepsi, whatever it is now, Coca-Cola is the official soft drink of the NFL. But if you go to Pittsburgh,
yeah,
the official soft drink of the Steelers might be something else. So it gave them their own rights to do that. But nationally, the NFL is known for whatever soda is paying them the most now to schlep.
Yeah.
I don't watch football anymore, so I don't care.
I never really did to begin with. So,
in 1998, the pepper flavor soda category became a major part of analysis support. What? Category.
You sound like you had a hard time with that.
Well, I have a hard time sometimes reading. It was a major part of the analysis supporting the antitrust case between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. So, all through the 90s, whether it was by themselves or through other means, Dr. Pepper was drugged through court.
Unfortunately.
So, there's not a whole lot of history of Dr. Pepper. Like, we got the inception and we're in the 90s already. With Coca-Cola, we spent an hour and a half going through all that stuff.
Yeah.
What I did find is some of the marketing stuff that I found interesting. And we don't have to go over all of them, but I want to touch on a couple of them.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember seeing a bottle of Dr. Pepper with a 10, 2, and 4 on it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to go over what the 10, 2, and 4 means here?
10, 2, and 4. All right. Where do we start with 10?
Because I saw that on the bottles and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I did too. And I originally thought it was just a thing to get people questioning it and spread the word of Dr. Pepper free advertising. Just by putting 10, 2, and 4 on it. But that's not the case.
No.
It actually has significant meaning, and a little bit scientific.
Yes, it is.
So, the 10, 2, and 4 is, what was it, times a day that people's sugar are usually lower.
Yes.
So, the 10, 2, and 4 have a sugary Dr. Pepper to help raise your sugar back up.
Right. So there was research in the 20s, and it said that people's blood sugar would drop generally around 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. And they capitalized on that by saying, hey, at these times you should have a nice sugary beverage. I thought that was interesting. Like I saw the bottles of 10, 2, and 4, and I'm like, it must be some 1920 shit that I don't know. And it was. It just so the Be a Pepper campaign.
Yeah, Pepper. I remember that.
So it started in 1977. That's when the lyrics were written by Jake Holmes. The Be a Pepper series refers to fans of Dr. Pepper as Peppers. And it often featured large sequential crowds dancing that were choreographed in the commercials. And I remember these. And the chorus of the jingle was, I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper. Anyway, we're not going to get a copyright strike for that for sure.
Yeah, no.
This campaign at the time seeped into pop culture. There was the 70s, 80s, and 90s sketch parody programs that this song seeped into. Video games and book illustrations.
Video games and book illustrations.
Yeah. And it mentioned a specific video game, and I was remiss in not putting it down because I know that's your thing.
I'll cry in my sleep about it.
You know, I think I still have that up.
Oh, maybe I won't have to cry in my sleep about it. That'll be fantastic.
Let me see here.
Hurry up, I'm starting to feel the tears come.
Here we go. Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper. Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper. I can find it, boo, boo, doo, boo.
I'm gonna start crying. I'm already am.
Here we go. Don't know. Oh, video game.
I'm not crying anymore.
Pikmin 2?
Pikmin 2? It was in Pikmin 2.
Yeah, something with the Dr. Pepper bottle caps or something.
Huh.
Anyway. So like that one I remember, like the Be a Pepper. I had a Be a Pepper shirt.
I swear I've heard.
Oh, I know I played it for you.
Okay.
So the Out of the Ordinary campaign in 1980s, the Out of the Ordinary advertising involved a series of post-apocalyptic commercials, and I put this one on it because like post-apocalyptic movies are like my jam. Featuring a space cowboy and an alien sidekick seeking something different from a simple, generic cola. The campaign also produced commercials featuring the movie creature Godzilla, where citizens of Japan town offered Dr. Pepper as a libation. The BU campaign. This was a campaign that had pairs of musicians that weren't always on the same, like Leanne Rimes and Reba McEntire, Paulina Rubio and Selena Cruz, B2K and Smokey Robinson, I don't know, Anastasia and Cyndi Lauper, LL Cool J and Run DMC, And it also had some individual musicians, notably Garth Brooks.
Ooh.
Dr. Pepper made several appearances in Robert Zemeckis' film, Forrest Gump.
Yes, it did.
So it was Forrest Gump's favorite drink. When he was asked what was the best part about going to the White House? Well, the best part about going to the White House was we had all this food and drink, all you wanted. I must have had 15 Dr. Peppers. And then they show the screen where the president asked him how he felt, and Forrest said, I gotta pay. Although arguably the film's largest product placement, Dr. Pepper was perhaps not always as accurate as it should have been. In a scene during 1972 Christmas Eve celebration, which Forrest was at, he drinks a Dr. Pepper with a logo that's not consistent with that timeline. Yeah,
Disappointing.
It is disappointing.
Hey guys, this is Ron. Do you like movies?
Hey guys, this is Ragnar. Do you like alcohol?
Hey guys, this is Stu. Do you like punishments?
Hey guys, this is Chase. You want to hear me get alcohol poisoning?
Hey guys, this is Lenny. Ever wonder what a spicy boner is? If so, come on down to Barrel Age Flicks and give us a listen.
This authentic campaign, I remember.
Authentic campaign.
It was the next two ones I remember very specifically. Authentic campaign was from 2001 to 2003. It was for Diet Dr. Pepper, and it promises to be as authentic a taste as Dr. Pepper, using the slogan, "Dr. Pepper tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper."
Okay.
Okay, so they would parody that with ideas inferring the originals, and then included like the XGA, Extreme Golf Association instead of the PGA, Green Bay Watch instead of Baywatch, and the TV show Chimps instead of the TV show Chips. Chips was a show from my era. I used to watch it. California Highway Patrol. The next one was Doctor's Orders, and 2009. The slogan was "Drink it slow, Doctor's Orders."
I think I remember this.
And they would have the advertising with celebrities that had some sort of inference to doctor. So they had Dr. Dre, Julius Erving, which was Dr. J. They had Gene Simmons. He's the writer of the Kiss Doctor of Love, or Calling Dr. Love. And then people who played fictional doctors, such as Neil Patrick Harris, who was Doogie Howser. And Kelsey Grammer, who was Dr. Fraser Crane. They were also endorsing the beverage. That culminated with the celebrity stating, "Trust me, I'm a doctor." I remember that.
I definitely remember
Let's see. So this big list here is all the different slogans that they used over the years.
Yeah.
In 1889 to 1914, they used the King of Beverages. And then from in the 20s and for 20 years, from 20s to 40s, they used "Drink a Bite to Eat" at 10, 2, and 4.
that. It's close enough to 4.
And then at 39, when you drink a Dr. Pepper, you drink a bite to eat. I don't know. I guess they were trying to say that it's equivalent to intaking food.
Beyond me.
Let's see. The 30s and 40s was good for life. 45, Dr. Pepper has 23 flavors.
Yep.
Which is on the label of almost every Dr. Pepper. The 70s was the most original soft drink. The 60s was America's most misunderstood soft drink.
Okay.
77 to 83 was the "I'm a pepper, he's a pepper."
Mm-hmm.
And then '83 was Dr. Pepper Has Made a Pepper of Me. It tastes and it looks for sugar-free Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Let's see. 1980 till present, Dr. Pepper, What's the Worst That Could Happen? Used to play in the UK. I didn't see the UK commercials.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
Just What the Doctor Ordered started in 91. And in Australia in 97 it's Dr. Pepper flavored, silly. But now in Australia, I said it's treated as an import.
Yeah.
And at one point it was removed from Australia altogether because nobody was buying it.
Unfortunate.
I don't know if it's back again but it was in the import section, and nobody wanted an imported American product.
I guess.
Let's see, 2000 to present, Just What the Doctor Ordered. Dr. Pepper So Misunderstood. Solves All Your Problems. One taste and you get it. I remember that. Can you handle the taste? I remember that.
I do remember that because wasn't it the commercials with the big 23 coming down on people or something like that?
Yeah. Let's see. Get buried in cream for the berries and cream flavors. Let's see. Drink It Slow, Doctor's Orders, 2008. Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, 2009. There's Nothing Like a Pepper. Yep, that's pretty much it. That's Dr. Pepper in a nutshell.
Okay.
So I will say, out of all the sodas I've ever had, Dr. Pepper is the most unique.
It is certainly my favorite.
I will still, from time to time, drink a Diet Dr. Pepper because it tastes just like regular Dr. Pepper. I think.
I avoid the diets.
I know you do, but
I can imagine.
Because you saw a 1920 study saying that cyclamide causes cancer in rats.
Yes, I did. Now, right. I'm not drinking classic. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper and cream soda. So I guess that's 24 flavors now.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. It's Dr. Pepper and cream soda. So the Dr. Pepper still only has 23 flavors.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I thought I had when I was doing this up, my thing crashed and I lost a bunch of stuff right here where I had the variants include.
I remember some of them, it was like, your normal Dr. Pepper.
Let me pull it up quick.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
There was so many.
You had the berries and cream, cherry, vanilla. I want to say there was a cherry vanilla. I want to say that, but I'm not sure.
Here we go.
Oh, all right, got it.
So the diet brands were Diabetic Dr. Pepper, Pepper-Free, Caffeine-Free Dr. Pepper, and Dr. Pepper 10, which is supposedly only a 10-calorie Dr. Pepper. Flavor variations: Dr. Pepper Red Fusion.
See, I kind of want to know what that tastes.
Yeah, it looks like it was 2 years they had it, only available in the U.S. Predominantly cherry flavored.
Okay.
And with a reddish hue to it. Dr. Pepper Cherry Vanilla. Berries and cream soda.
Oh, hey.
Diet Cherry Chocolate Dr. Pepper. That was 1 year.
Diet Cherry
It
Chocolate.
was a limited thing.
Again with the chocolate.
I know.
Soda.
I want to try a chocolate soda now. Let's see. Dr. Pepper Cherry. Heritage Dr. Pepper, which was, instead of using corn syrup, It used real sugar, cane sugar. Then there was Dr. Pepper made with real cane sugar. Dr. Pepper Vanilla Float, limited run with a vanilla ice cream taste.
See, I think I remember seeing that, but I'm not sure.
Dr. Pepper Dark Berry. Now, you said this is the blue one?
Yes, it was a promotional one for the new Jurassic World.
No.
No?
I apologize. Originally, it was for Spider-Man Far From Home. It was in stores for 2 months and then discontinued. It was later brought back May 2022 to promote Jurassic World Domination.
There you have it.
I apologize,
And
Mr. Nathan Blaze.
Why? Thank you, Mr.
There was a UK variation. Dr. Pepper Zero. It says it's still in the market. And the German variation. The UK and German variations used real sugar and had less sugar than the United States version.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. But here's some other products that were made Dr. Pepper, because we talked about this too. Because if you go to Sheetz,
yeah,
you can get a Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce on whatever,
and it is pretty good.
I like it, and you kind of get that peppery fizz in it. I don't know, it's weird, but I like it. I like it on the kielbasis that they have on a pretzel roll. So Dr. Pepper is a line of jelly beans that were made by Jelly Belly.
Yeah, I had those. I had to have.
Yeah. Hubba Bubba made a Dr. Pepper flavored edition.
Now, I've never had that.
Collaborated with Vita Food Products to make the Sweet and Kickin' barbecue sauce. I noticed that the Lip Smackers lip balm. Brock's Candies has the Dr. Pepper Orange Crush A&W Root Beer and 7-Up flavored hard candies. Dr. Pepper had an ice cream syrup topping, also by Vita Foods.
I kind of want to try that, but ice? Well, might not be that bad. Might not.
Dr. Pepper cherry dessert topping.
Cherry dessert topping.
Yeah. It says Dr. Pepper also created an iPod skin cover, which everybody did.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper slushies is sold by 7-Eleven.
Yum yum.
Freezies are currently available in Great Crush, Hires Root Beer flavors. And the Serious Bean Company makes a baked bean using Dr. Pepper in the sauce. And I've seen Dr. Pepper in baked bean recipes. I've also seen Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I've actually had a lot of people tell me they don't like Dr. Pepper because they think it tastes like barbecue sauce. I disagree with them.
I love me some barbecue sauce.
And even if I didn't disagree with them, I love me some barbecue sauce too.
I love a sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. And I hate your dog. Your dog's up there barking.
Yes, yes, yes.
That means somebody's home.
Yes, and he's going to be barking for the next hour and a half now.
Until they come in.
And 20 minutes after.
While we're waiting for your dog to shut the hell up, we took on Dr. Pepper and where it came from. And now you go take on the world.
This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to thedeluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
You want to be my wife?
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.